is most certainly a crime that Joaquin Phoenix has yet to win an Oscar. One of the most intense and versatile actors working today, Phoenix is one of the very few Hollywood actors who completely immerse themselves into roles, often producing terrifyingly beautiful results. His latest role in Todd Phillips' masterpiece Joker could finally add an Academy Award to his list of accolades for his portrayal of the clown Prince of Gotham. People have always believed Phoenix was destined for Hollywood fame. But what they didn't know is that his life was afflicted with trauma, heartbreak, addiction from a very young age. With his future as an American cinematic legend fully secure, let's explore Joaquin Phoenix's fascinating but tragic past. The Bottom Family. Phoenix's mom Arlene Denietz, also known as Heart Phoenix, impulsively moved to California where she met songwriter John Lee Bottom. The couple soon got married and welcomed their first son River in 1970, followed by daughter Rain in 1972. The Children of God. Shortly after, the Bottoms got caught up in a religious group called the Children of God, where they would beg on the street for change. Whilst living in poverty and preaching the cult's message, they gave birth to Joaquin in 1974 and his sister Liberty 2 years later. During the time, the family lived in a rat-infested slum that had no toilet. Speaking of the cult, Phoenix said, "I think my parents thought they had found a community that shared their ideals. Cults rarely advertise themselves as such. It is usually someone saying, 'We are like-minded people. This is a community.' But I think the moment my parents realized there was something more to it, they got out." The truth unfolds. The parents later realized that the religious community was too good to be true as revelations began spinning regarding abuse of power, misconduct, and improper handling of its finances. The cult allegedly encouraged children as young as 3 to explore their sexuality with their parents, other adults, and other children. Phoenix's mom became disillusioned with the Children of God when the cult started preaching that women should use promiscuous activity to recruit high-profile male members, a practice known as flirty fishing. She later revealed, "The guy running it got crazy. He sought to attract rich disciples. No way." The not-so-great escape. When Joaquin was just 3 years old, the family escaped the cult and moved into the United States. They changed their last name from Bottom to Phoenix, honoring the symbol of a phoenix rising from the ashes. Homeless youth. Joaquin Phoenix and his family settled in Los Angeles, but they weren't living the glamorous lifestyle for which the city is known, especially since there were 7 mouths to feed and there was a time when the entire family was homeless. Talking about it, Phoenix said, "Even when we had no money, we still had a car to sleep in, and a friend's driveway we could park in, and a dad who said, 'I'm going to take care of you.'" One-bedroom apartment for 7. Joaquin once told Esquire magazine about a period of time when they were all holed up in an apartment that he described as 1 bedroom, no kids allowed, and we were 5 kids. So the manager at the time took kindly to us and was like, "You can live here, but if the owner comes over, I'll call you and you have to hide the kids." Sometimes the owner would stop by, and me and my siblings, including Rain and Summer, would have to hide behind a laundry machine for hours on end. I don't forget that. It's f***ing crazy to me. I'm just really fortunate. Luck, that's what it is. Conversion to vegan. In an interview with Collider, he said, "They were catching fish, and I guess to stun them, they were throwing them against the side of the boat. I just had a profound, strong reaction. It felt like a real injustice. I think it made me distrustful and angry, and frightened of humanity. I just thought it was such a gross abuse of power in a way. I think that during that moment, we knew that we were not going to eat meat anymore. Musical discovery. The Phoenix kids played music on the streets for rent money until their mom got a job as secretary to an NBC casting agent. Through her networking, well-known casting agent Iris Burton was won over by the kids' talent and shepherded them into the bright lights of Hollywood. Ticket to Hollywood. River that really made a name for himself after appearing in the films like Stand By Me, Running on Empty, and My Own Private Idaho alongside Keanu Reeves. Meanwhile, Joaquin as Leaf also landed juicy lead roles in Space Camp and Ruskies. Joaquin Phoenix was nominated for a Young Artist Award for Best Leading Young Actor for his nuanced and heartbreaking performance in the Steve Martin family dramedy Parenthood. But just as Joaquin was set to follow in his brother's successful footsteps, another tragedy hit his family that prevented him from acting for almost 2 years. The night that changed everything. October 31, 1993, Joaquin's elder brother, River, willfully consumed a speedball, that is heroin and cocaine followed by a Valium, leading to an overdose. Phoenix, only 19 years old at the time, took his brother out of the club when he gradually roused himself. It was Joaquin who made the chilling 911 call to plead for emergency help on that fateful night. The reports revealed they were too late, and despite paramedics rushing the star to a hospital, doctors were unable to revive him. If an ambulance had been called earlier, River might have been saved. An acting hiatus. Grief-stricken, Phoenix took a 2-year hiatus from acting after that terrible night. In 1995, he made a return alongside Nicole Kidman in To Die For. On-screen meltdown. While filming for Walk the Line, many suspected that River's death may have haunted him during a scene that depicts the death of country music outlaw Johnny Cash's brother Jack. Phoenix called the reports of a meltdown bullshit and said, "You know, the press has kind of imposed upon me the title of mourning brother. And because I haven't been vocal about it, the assumption is that I'm holding on to it and all this shit that's just not there. I don't need to pull from my experience for a character, and I have never understood why actors would, except for lack of ability, imagination, or research." Reality check. Diving deep emotionally and physically to embody Johnny Cash and the addictions that shaped his life and career would also come with a dark side for Joaquin Phoenix. After filming for Walk the Line Wrapped, he checked himself into rehab for a brief stint. He told London Magazine, "It was then that I became aware of my drinking. I wasn't an everyday drinker, but didn't have anything else to do, anything to hold me down. I was leaning on alcohol to make me feel okay. That's what it really was." Phoenix checked into a rehabilitation facility in April that year and later attended a supportive network which the star called the best thing I ever did. Is he still here? From 2009 to 2010, the public at large were worried about Joaquin, wondering if he was on drugs or worse when he announced his retirement from acting to become a rapper. This period was marked with Phoenix behaving erratically in interviews and talk shows like his now infamous David Letterman appearance. Anxiety. He revealed he suffers from incredible anxiety that manifests itself. In an interview, he said, "They have to put pads in my armpits because I sweat so much that it just strips down my wardrobe. For the first 3 weeks of shooting, I am just sweating." Method acting obsession. Joaquin Phoenix will forever be remembered as a legendary actor is because he has done some of the craziest things to perfect his characters. For I'm Still Here, Phoenix pretended to walk away from acting, lose his mind, and start a music career. Phoenix appeared increasingly bloated and unkempt in public. On The Late Show with David Letterman, he answered questions in mumbled babble. After the film, Joaquin Phoenix admitted it was all a big joke. For 2005's Walk the Line, Phoenix spent months at a rock and roll boot camp, relentlessly playing guitar on the set and eventually won a Grammy. There were reports during the Folsom prison scene, he made crew members treat the extra as real inmates, refusing them food and water to create the appropriate tension, or that Phoenix stayed in character the entire time, making everyone call him JR. That is Johnny Cash's real name. For Ladder 49, he reportedly enrolled in Baltimore Fire Academy, graduated, and was riding along with Crew 10 as a real fireman, putting out real fires. He even got tattooed with the unit's mascot, Busy Bee, to remember his time with them. For his role in Mary Magdalene, Phoenix embarked on a rigorous 300-calorie-a-day diet to appear properly emaciated as Jesus. He also grew his hair into a wild mane and sported a bushy, unkempt beard. Talking about his research to play Commodus in Gladiator, Phoenix said, "So one morning I was studying the script and lightning struck. I thought, yeah, I get it. I went out and cut my hair and added some weight. To start with, I was toned, but I made him flabbier to show how this scrawny prince had kinda ripened into an emperor." In Gus Van Sant's Don't Worry, He Won't Get Far on Foot, he spent months trying to commit quadriplegic Callahan's limited body movements to memory. Explaining how Phoenix prepared for Master, a source revealed, Freddy sneer and maintain a clenched jaw for the entire production, Phoenix actually went to the dentist and had brackets and rubber bands put on his teeth so his jaw stayed shut. He also studied video of wild animals in captivity. Phoenix eventually got so into his character, he accidentally destroyed a toilet on set during one particularly intense scene. I abandon my life when I work. I don't wear the clothes or listen to the music that defines who I am. Transforming into various characters is more than just a lifestyle change for me. I don't communicate with friends or family. It sounds intense, but it's the process of getting there that is really hard. Loneliness. Joaquin Phoenix has talked about the dangers of being in the spotlight and just how isolating a career as an actor can truly be. In an interview with the New York Times after he finished filming Walk the Line, he told the publication, "It was really hard for me to leave the movie. I was angry and hurt and felt abandoned. I didn't know what to do. To play Cash, I had learned a whole new way of functioning in the world, and suddenly I couldn't rely on that anymore. Suddenly your beard is whacked off and you say, 'F me, I am naked.' You can no longer rely on the world that you have created." Conclusion. Joaquin Phoenix has always been one of the most versatile actors working in Hollywood. From embodying country music icon Johnny Cash in Walk the Line, down to his distinctive singing voice, to the vicious sadism of Emperor Commodus in Gladiator, to perfecting the maniacal attitude, the ability to convey inner pain with a tinge of old-fashioned silliness for Joker, Phoenix has proved again and again that his range is virtually unmatched by his peers.